oozing through miniature labyrinths, clusters of insect eggs burn like nebulae suspended in their unique and vine-wrought cosmos. Who the hell does this Alan Moore guy think he is? Such pompous bollocks. Len Wein and Bernie Wrightson invented this Swamp Thing in 1971 in one of the issues of House Secrets. It was part of the DC Bronze Age. Then it got cancelled, and then you have, in the beginning of the 80s, you have this movie by Wes Craven. I was thinking this is gonna be awesome because I love Wes Craven. In my humble opinion, it was a letdown. The movie didn't deliver, but it brought the Swamp Thing back in the spotlight. And there was a guy called Alan Moore who came from Great Britain, and through Karen Berger, you know, the Vertigo line where a lot of British guys ended up from 2000 AD and stuff. He revamped the whole Swamp Thing. The comic lifted up to this literary graphic novel. He stripped the Swamp Thing of its identity. It was no longer a guy who, through a disaster in his laboratory, became this monster out of the swamps. No, it was just a plant who coincidentally ate the mind of a scientist and thought he was that scientist, but actually he was just a plant, and that causes a lot of existential crises. I was so happy when I found this box set online because it has the original coloring. I was so afraid of the new recoloring in the Absolute editions because mostly those modern recolorings, they just make it more digital. So many browns and grays, and I don't know, it feels dated already. You know, they just want to make it the best version, but it's only the best version in 2023. So I don't know why. No, I got this box set. It was with original coloring by Tatiana Wood. She's the ex-wife of Wallace Wood. She also did Enemy, Ace and Sergeant Rock. I really like the art by Stephen R. Bissett and John Todleben and Rick Veitch. This whole series was an immense influence on the whole dark age of comics. Everybody from Grant Morrison to Neil Gaiman. Neil Gaiman said in the introduction of one of these books that it was the start of everything for him because he fell out of love of comics, and then he read Swamp Thing by Alan Moore, and then he was back into comics again because somebody finally did what he wanted to do already a lot of years. So he began Sandman, and the rest is history. This made me think I want to read everything by Alan Moore and all the artists involved. And I give it my certificate of approval. I'll try to put some links down below where you can find the stuff I've mentioned. I really like to hear your comments about these comics. Please let me know if you know similar comics, because I would die to know them. I really like these comics and I want to read more of them. Hit like and subscribe. Bob Fish presents. Although I didn't like the movie by Wes Craven, I really liked the sequel, The Return of Swamp Thing. It was by Jim Wynorski, which is always a barrel of laughs. He didn't follow anything of the storyline by Alan Moore, but it was fun nonetheless because it was bonkers. He really nailed it in comics feeling, and he also started the movie with beautiful images by Alan Moore, Stephen R. Bissett, John Todleben and Rick Veitch.